Sunday afternoon baseball is alive and on the air here in the Texas Panhandle. And now here is the star of the show, the one, the only, Johnny Baker. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Bob. We welcome you to the live broadcast here in Amarillo, Texas, as we get set for the final game of the six-game set between the visiting San Antonio Missions and your Amarillo Sod Poodles. Gotta say, after this day, San Antonio will head home to take on the visiting Springfield Cardinals starting on Tuesday through Sunday next week, and then off to Frisco to take on the Frisco Rough Riders. Go online now at missionsbaseball.com, Sod Poodles as well. Purchase and print your tickets from home. You can also follow us all season long with YouTube Live and also Bally Live as well. Make sure you download these apps as we tell you along the way. Well, anyway, what a series has become. Amarillo has won most of it. 5 games, Tuesday through Saturday, and to a 6-game winning streak with Frisco and San Antonio. And I tell you one thing, a pretty good thing there, Bob, but today San Antonio trying to smack dab the 7th victory away from Amarillo and try to get a victory on the road as we go. Yeah, Johnny, I got to say, for 5 games being lost, Amarillo, boy, you can see how much they have really expanded their win streak, and so far taking 5 of those 6 games away from San Antonio, which was really hard for the Missions. Yeah, I got to say there, Bobby, hopefully today it will be a turnaround as San Antonio tries to win their first game here in Amarillo. And so far to take this win home and Tuesday through Sunday taking on Springfield, which that will be pretty good. Well, anyway, 1:16 on this Sunday afternoon, and hope everybody is super excited for this game here today as we get you set for afternoon baseball. Temperature, it is hot. We'll look at 102 as we go into this afternoon. Hopefully everybody is staying nice and cool, hydrated. I know fans in San Antonio are staying nice and cool, but most evidently, got to stay cool when it's hot out here. But anyway, we'll get set for this final game of the 6-game set. Our first pitch coming up in just a few moments. And, yep, got to say, beautiful look at the ballpark. And one last time for now to look at it. But anyway, Amarillo and San Antonio will meet up in the 6-game finale as we get ready to wrap up the year and the season here. Well, left-hander Spencer Geisting is on the mound for Amarillo. And we look at him, 4-seam slider, curveball, changeup, and a 2-seam fastball will get the afternoon start for Amarillo. Leading things off is the shortstop, Francisco Acuna. And so far, just a nice day. Partly cloudy skies, a few clouds from time to time, but it should stay mostly clear as we go through the afternoon into the early evening. 1 ball, no strikes underway here at 1:18.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
And so far, a hot Sunday afternoon here in Amarillo. Right there, line drive. That is a base hit. And going all the way to second, and he is there safely for a leadoff double. What a way to get things rocking and rolling for the Missions here today. And so far, needing the victory today to exclude the 7-game win streak for Amarillo. That is right. Anyway, here is center fielder Kai Roberts. Looking in from the stretch, here he goes, and that is outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes, but they will contest that one. And so far, they will overturn it to now 0-1. Well, I tell you one thing there, Johnny. That home plate umpire must not be paying attention today, but most evidently he got it right as they switched the call. Yep. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Well, I tell you what, if those clouds could come over the ballpark and provide some shade for our fans, that will be really good too. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now. And here's a 1-2 offering. That one is high popped up right there to center. And here comes the runner. He's up to third safely on a stolen base, and now there is 1 on. 90 feet from San Antonio scoring in. Today's starting lineups look like this. Acuna, Roberts, Salas, a leadoff 3. Sanabria, Carpathios, Dungan, middle. Mondu, Murphy, and Verdugo to round it out for the Missions. Ethan Salas, the catcher for the Missions, up now. Runner at third, 1 away, and that one's going to be high fly in the air. And that'll be enough for the RBI sacrifice. Here he comes to the plate as across the score, and he is in for the RBI single. Great job for Ethan Salas. Yeah, he's got a pretty good finesse of a booby trap right there. Yep, he sure does. First baseman Romeo Sanabria coming in. Here's the pitch to him, and that one's going to be line drive. That is a base hit. And San Antonio to at least their 3rd hit of the ball game. And boy, they are getting things rocking and rolling here this afternoon. And I say they need a victory here in Amarillo, which that is very important. And they take that one in for a strike. It's 0-1. Early lead. San Antonio leads it 1-0 as right fielder Carpathios up in the box already. Here's a 0-1. That one, bouncy ball right there. And they throw him out a second to end the half inning, and that will do it. Well, it's 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left as we go bottom of 1. San Antonio leads it 1-0. Well, we'll be right back here in this one as we lead off the bottom half of the first inning when we come back in the broadcast. Well, this proud broadcast is brought to you in part by Taco Villa. Spice your life. About set to go for the bottom of the first inning right here, the Sod Poodles Baseball Network. As the left-hander, Jagger Haynes is on the mound now for the Missions. They get ready to go for the bottom half of the first inning. Center fielder is Drew Jones as he comes in, is ready to go. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one is right there, and that one is foul. It's 0-1. No balls, one strike. Here is the windup and the pitch, and that one's going to be a base hit to left. And the shortstop and the third baseman will miss that one. And now it's a no-out single for Drew Jones. Here is the second hole hitter, Gene Walters. Takes that one high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes to the right fielders. He comes in. Seeing a lot of people with tank tops and staying white and clear on those shirts, which are pretty good. Always a thing to wear white, because on hot days like this, if you sweat, that would be really bad, for sure. Well, let's go ahead and give the starting lineup for the Sod Poodles here today. Jones, Walters, as Solar will lead it off. Pena, Hurley, Franco, Torn, Luis, and Serta rounded out for Amarillo. And the batter now is Yazel Solar, the third baseman. Here is the pitch here. And that is in for the strike. It's 0-1. Man, right down the pipe there, Johnny. He got that one right inside the strike zone. Yeah, he sure did. And that one fell off. It's 0-2. Boy, so San Antonio after today start next week against Springfield, Frisco, Northwest Arkansas, Springfield, Midland, and back to Amarillo to conclude this regular season. And so far, I don't think that 2027 schedule has been released. Nope. And that one is right there for a line drive. That's a base hit. And now 2-1, 2 out as Manuel Pena gets a base hit to left field. And next, that will bring up Jack Hurley. Hurley coming in, ready to go. The pitch, and that one's going to be pelted high in the air. Boy, that is going to be trouble as that will bounce the wall. 1 run scores, 2 runs score, and Amarillo now takes the lead by Jack Hurley on a 2-run double. Ooh-wee. And that is not the end of it there. I know 2 outs don't mean anything, but Junior Franco coming in. And here's the pitch to him. That is outside as 1 ball and no strikes to the DH here. Runner as second scoring position. And ready or not, here's the 1-0 offering. And that's in for a strike. It's 1-1. Boy, that base hit was pretty good there, Johnny. Yeah, I got to say, Bobby, it actually was. He got it straight away center, and he launched it to a degree angle, and really good. 2 balls, 1 strike the count now. Whoop, sorry, Bob. Go ahead, take the rest if you need to. Thank you. 2-1. And right there, back to the mound. Jagger Haynes getting them, and that ends the half inning. 2 runs on an RBI double by Jack Hurley. So 2 runs to 3 hits, no errors, and they leave 1 on. We go top of the second, and it's 2-1 Amarillo as we lead it off for San Antonio right after the break. Well, about set to go as we lead off the top half of the second inning for San Antonio right now on the Sod Poodles Baseball Network. Well, anyway, Bobby, we got some scores coming in as the first six teams this afternoon going head to head. Northwest Arkansas leading Tulsa 14-6 in the fourth inning. Arkansas at Midland, bottom of the second inning, leads no score through those two ball clubs. San Antonio and Amarillo, the Sod Poodles, up 2-1 as we go into the entrance of inning number 2. The leadoff batter is Clay Dungan as we set to go for the missions. As he'll slap that one foul, it's 0-1. Boy, the clouds looking pretty good. Hopefully they'll come over here and provide the shade that we need. 0-2 the count now. At least San Antonio will have 6 more trips. Now 6 more road games here in Amarillo to get the season finale started at the end of the regular season. Nate Mondu, the third baseman, comes in as he'll slap that one foul. It's 0-1. Boy, Mondu looking good ever since the first time we've seen him in 2018. Was with the Midland Rockhounds during that time. Is with the Fort Wayne Tin Caps at one time, but most evidently they traded him from single A to double A Midland. 1-2. And that one is outside, 2-2. Well, Wichita and Springfield, Corpus Christi, and Frisco start this evening, 6:05. But they'll move up their times to 7:05 to start the evening ball games between the 4 ball clubs. That one yanked foul. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. Could have a slight chance of a rain shower later on, a thunderstorm or something. And right there, a swing and a miss, 2 down. And that will be out number 2 as Mondu is down on strikes. Guy Murphy coming in. And the pitch to him is outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, we got a great crowd this Sunday afternoon, right, Bobby? I gotta say so too, Johnny. Always a good thing when you have a good crowd on hand, and you know how much the crowds mean to you in the ball games and stuff. High in the air, straight away. That one's carrying right to the left fielder, and that is caught for the out. So nothing doing here as we go now to 2.5. Amarillo in front, 2-1. So we'll be back here as we'll lead off the bottom half of the second with Torrin, Luis, and Serta getting ready to go for the Sod Poodles. So we come back, Amarillo in front, 2-1. Well, just about set to go for the bottom half of the second inning for Amarillo right now on the Sod Poodles Baseball Network. Christopher Torin coming in, 7-8-9 due up against the San Antonio starter, Jagger Haynes. Wind up and the pitch, and that one's going to be foul. It's 0-1. 16-6, Northwest Arkansas. Boy, this team in Tulsa really giving Tulsa a whooping. Yeah, they sure are, ain't they? Yeah. They'd be like, come here, boys. Come here. Bend over. You're funny. 1-1 the count now. Rockhounds lead 2-0 in the bottom half of the second inning there in Midland, Texas. Amarillo leading 2-1 here in the bottom of 2. Which that right there, pretty good one, huh, Johnny? Yep. And that's a called third strike as Christopher Torin is down for the backwards K. Second strikeout for Jagger Haynes. Janzel Lewis coming in as he'll lead it off for Amarillo. And the pitch. And right there and in for a strike. It's 0-1. Boy, I wonder how high they're going to go in that scoring affair in Tulsa. I don't know there, Bobby, but it takes a lot of base hits and a lot of home runs to come in to score like that. Yeah, you don't see 16-6 in a big one. Well, remember what San Antonio did in Frisco back in 2018? Oh, yeah, I remember. The final score of that ball game was 21-4. Yeah, you don't remember that. It was thinking in the month of June or July, but right in there as they took on the Rough Riders in one of them games. High in the air straight away, up to center, and that's out number 2. Jantel Lewis down on a fly out for out number 2. And the catcher is Christian Serta. Yeah, I remember that ball game, Johnny. That was a long time ago. I remember watching that, and by golly, San Antonio just gave Frisco a whooping. Yeah, sure did. Well, the shortstop, Francisco Acuna, delivers right to Sanabria. That ends the inning. And so far, still a 2-1 ball game. Amarillo leads it. As we go to the third inning, we'll be right back here in this one. Well, we head to the third inning here for San Antonio, right now on the Sod Poodles Baseball Network. Well, in now is Luis Verdugo as we're set to go here in this one. Thank you there, Bobby. That one's a ground ball right there up to right field. That is a base hit. Now the tying run getting on to the first base area, which that right there pretty good. Yeah, I got to say there, Johnny, that base hit to lead off the inning is a real good doozy right there. Yeah, it is. Francisco Acuna coming in now for San Antonio. That one is way outside. 1 ball and no strikes. It's 1-for-1 double to the shortstop. Boy, San Antonio needs the victory today. Go home, take it proudly, and Tuesday through Sunday against Springfield. That would be pretty good, too. Springfield, a Double-A of St. Louis. Always a proud sponsor of the St. Louis Cardinals. That one is high fly, deep to left field. Boy, that ball carries. It's right off the fence. Second and third, nobody out. And San Antonio's getting something cooking. Boy, it smells good. Yeah, I got to say there, Johnny, Francisco Acuna knows how to hit, especially after being out April through half of July. But all the more reason is he come back strong and he's ready to play ball. Yeah, he sure is. Center fielder Kai Roberts coming in. Takes a strike inside. It's 0-1. 0-for-1 fly out to Roberts. Missions wearing their road grays. Amarillo in their home white uniforms. Sod Poodles will go to Arkansas for All-American Ballpark in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Now San Antonio goes home to take on Springfield. Corpus Christi will have Tulsa in town, so that's nice. Now Springfield and Tulsa have been next-door neighbors for a long time. Yeah, they have been. And right there, a called third strike on Kai Roberts. And that's the third one of the day for Spencer Geisting. 40% of his four-seam fastballs has been for strikes. And which that right there pretty good for him. He could come in and get something going. The catcher is Ethan Salas. Salas from the windup and the stretch, and that's going to be right there. And that's going to get down for a base hit. The run is in to score. That ties it up. And now San Antonio and Amarillo both tied 2-2 here in this third inning. Thinking it will be a lot more of runs that would come in and Romeo Sanabria could get that going. Takes a strike inside. It's 0-1 the count. 1-for-1 single to Sanabria. I always like him playing the first base area. And Luis Verdugo out there at second base. That one ricochet foul. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. First and third, 1 away. And the pitch right there, and that is fouled. 2 times of foul balls. And here's the pitch. And make that 3. So trying everything they can to get something going. And that one gets away. And uh-oh, nope. Ooh, yeah, they get the out at third. So the wild pitch is a pickoff. And boy, they thought they would get him home and that would tie in the run. Boy, big mistake for San Antonio. That one is high fly in the air. Boy, that is carrying well up to the center field area, and that will do it. But Ethan Salas will tie up the ball game. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and they leave one left. And we go bottom of 3. We're tied 2-2. Well, we go to the bottom of the third right now on the Sod Poodles Baseball Network. Welcome you back to this Sunday afternoon, everybody, and gotta say, welcome in as final game of the 6-game series against San Antonio, and gotta say, always an honor to serve here in the Texas League, and as always, right there in the end for a cold strike, it's 0-2 to Jones. Beautiful day, even though the cloud above center field. Slider is a swing and a miss. Jones down on strikes. Do you wish we had a little rain today, Bobby? I think we need some. Well, apparently, San Antonio did get a little bit last night. Not too much. Nothing severe. Was thinking they would get thunderstorms by 4 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. That one right there in the end for a strike. It's 0-1. Right fielder Gene Walters 0 for 1 a pop out. No balls, 1 strike. And that one fouled off. Kids will head back to school within probably tomorrow. Some start early, some will start mid to late August. But anyway, school supplies back at HEB. Here, everything's better. Also, proud sponsor of Sod Poodles Baseball. And if you need to, we always got back to school supplies here at our ballpark here in Amarillo. That is for sure there, Bobby. But also in San Antonio as well, as we'll have back to school week for the little ones. And so far, game night Tuesday through Sunday next week against Springfield. 1-2 the count now to Gene Walters. And the pitch is right there. Swing and a miss, down on strikes he goes. And that is 2 down. 4th for Jagger Haynes in this one. Yazo Solar coming in now as, boy, that is going to be in and ready to go. Northwest Arkansas hit a 3-run home run in the right field area, and now it's 19-6 against Tulsa. Whew. Boy, they severely getting a whooping today. Oh, yeah. The 0-1 delivery, swing, and a miss. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count now as Solar getting in and hits that one high in the air straight away. And the left fielder, Kai Murphy, runs it down. And that ends the half inning. Well, no runs, a hit, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. And we go to the 4th inning. We are tied 2-2. Braden Carpathio still lead it off. And we'll be right back here in this one. Well, we take you up to the fourth inning here in Amarillo, right now on the Sod Poodles Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. Leading it off for San Antonio, Braden Carpathios comes in, and boy, 1 ball and no strikes to him from Spencer Geisting. 1-0 offering, and that one is outside, 2-0. Good hold up there by Braden. And that one is in for a strike. It's 2-1. 2-2 ball game here in the fourth inning in Amarillo. 2-1. Chopped foul. 2-2. 19-6. Northwest Arkansas. Boy, that's a big lead. And if Northwest Arkansas continues to pile those runs on, then we might know who the winner is of that ball game. Yep, it'd be the Northwest Arkansas Naturals in that one. Midland 4-1 in the bottom of the third against Arkansas. And right there, a swing and a miss. Carpathios down on strikes. 4 strikeout for Geisting. 2-2 ball game here in Amarillo is entering into the fourth inning of play. And looked out, the curveball nearly got him. 1-0. Boy, just a nice Sunday afternoon, and if you want to, come on out. Plenty of baseball left. That one is high fly in the air, straight away, out number 2.
Now batting, third baseman.
Final game before Amarillo heads on the road to Arkansas for All-American Ballpark. Nate Mondu, the third baseman, comes in. Now we go our separate way back to San Antonio, where we go. Taking on the Springfield Cardinals next week. 1-1 the count now, 2 away and nobody on. Here's the pitch. And that one's driven nicely, high in the air, deep. Near the warning track, caught to the left fielder. And that is out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on for San Antonio. And we go now to 4.5, 2-2 our score. So be right back as Manuel Pena to lead it off for the Sod Poodles. We'll get ready to come on in. Well, this one is brought to you by Rose's Cafe here in Amarillo. And so far, this one brought to you in part by the Sod Poodles. Thank you there, Bobby, and go ahead on to the leadoff bottom of 4. Manuel Pena coming in, and yep, there is the cloud coming over the ballpark as we see that little shade coming in. There's no balls, 1 strike, bottom of the 4th. As the first baseman, Manuel Pena getting into the Sod Poodles. Yanks that one foul. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count now. And here's the 0-2 offering. That one yanked foul. Still holding about as 0-2. Boy, nice that we're getting the shade, huh, Johnny? Yep. Here's the pitch. That one high in the air and out of play. Still hanging on. No balls, 2 strikes. high in the air straight away. Second baseman gets it right there in time. And boy, the center fielder and the right fielder, boy, they nearly hit each other.
Number 16.
And so far, a little blink right there as that would be caught to the out for the second baseman, Luis Verdugo. He catches that one, and that's all his. Jack Hurley coming in was a 1-for-1, 2 RBI double in the first inning. Boy, really good. 2-2 ball game here in this half inning. The pitch. That one right there. Up to the shortstop is Francisco Acuna. He'll flip it to first to Sanabria, and that is out number 2.
Designated hitter. Number 11.
Boy, 2 up, 2 down as we look at Sanabria getting that ball straight away from Francisco Acuna, who has been playing the shortstop position for at least a couple of weeks. He's been with the San Antonio Missions back in the lineup. High in the air, straight away. Up in left field is Kai Murphy. Makes the play and ends the half inning. No runs yet to errors, nobody left on for Amarillo. And we go to the 5th, and still a tied ball game, 2-2. Well, we'll be right back as John Baker leads the top of the 5th. When we come back, Kai Murphy to lead it off. Well, about set to go for the top of the fifth right now for the Sod Poodles Baseball Network. Guy Murphy to lead it off as we begin the fifth inning here at beautiful Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo. 1 ball and no strikes. 2-2 ball game as we enter into the fifth inning here today. Wind up and the pitch, and that one's driven up nicely up the left field. That gets down, but it's caught for the out. And there is one down.
Now batting, second baseman, number 11.
I tell you one thing, this could be up, two downs here in this ball game, and boy, that would end the week here if San Antonio could get a win and not get the sixth loss against Amarillo, which that would be pretty bad. That one high in the air. Boy, that is deep. That is wide. That is high. That is high. Yeah, gone. Oh, man. Woo. Oh, Luis Verdugo takes back the lead for San Antonio. And look at that. That one was gone. 398 foot over a 98.6 mile per hour fastball. And so far, that right there was pretty good. Yeah, that was a ball blasted to left. Here's the pitch, and that one is outside, in for a strike. Well, they're gonna challenge that call right there because that one was way too high. But there you go, 1 ball and no strikes. Seems like that home plate umpire ain't paying attention because that one was too high to even be called a strike. And they're going to challenge that one too. So there you go, 2-0 the count. So 2 times corrected. And that one's pelted. That one's getting down up to the center field wall. And Francisco Acuna coast into second with a 1-out double.
Now batting, center fielder, number 24.
San Antonio leading the game 3-2 in this ball game, just by a run. But hopefully to secure this game with even more runs. Boy, what is that? Is that number 20 for Northwest Arkansas? Boy, nope, never mind. That was the 7th run getting in for Tulsa. But still trailing a big lead against the Naturals. Center fielder Kai Roberts coming in. Here is the windup and the pitch, and that one is in for a strike. It's 0-2. Landon Sims and Kyle Admit, 2 right-handed relievers getting warmed up in the Amarillo bullpen. Taco Villa called to the bullpen. That one downstairs, 1-2. Hoping to knock in some more runs. Out there, second base is Francisco Acuna.
That's a ball.
And that one is high and outside, trying to entice him to chase, and that's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count now to Roberts. And that one ricochet foul. Still hanging on, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Wind up and the pitch, and that one's going to get down. Line drive, that's a base hit. The runner from second, Acuna, is in by Kai Roberts. And now San Antonio will stretch the lead to 2.
Now batting, catcher, number 90.
Now it's 4-2 here for the Missions. Well, here comes the manager as that's going to do for Spencer Geisting. Now out of this ball game through the top of the 5th inning.
Now pitching, number 30.
In now is the right-handed reliever Landon Sims as he's on now for the Sod Poodles. And so far now they got to get some work going and try to get this ball game back in their hands, but San Antonio is going to do everything they can to pull this game and win it here today. Ethan Salas coming in, fouls that one off. It's 0-1. RBI single in the third is 1 for 1 here today. Northwest Arkansas 19-7. They're in Tulsa. They are the bottom of the 6th inning. That one's right there in the count now, 0-2. All right, Midland lead it 5-2 against Arkansas, bottom of the 4th. San Antonio leading 4-2, top of 5. Ooh, that one outside 1-2. Nearly getting him. That could have been an easy walk on base if he would have hit him right there.
Ball.
That's downstairs, 2-2. Good hold up by Ethan Salas. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss in the dirt. And that is out number 2.
Now batting, first baseman, number 93.
Well, here is Romeo Sanabria coming into this one. And here is the pitch. That one is high for a ball, 1-0. Ooh, nearly at the face. Did you see that? Mm-hmm. Nearly taking his nose off. Right there, hit the third. And in time, that is out number 3. Boy, 2 runs in to score on 3 hits. No errors, and they leave 1. We go bottom of the 5th. San Antonio leads it 4-2. Christopher Torin will lead it off as well as Bob. It'll be your turn coming up. And we have a 4-2 ball game. Missions in front by 2 runs. All righty, we head now to the bottom half of the 5th inning as we get set to go. This is Bob and 7-8-9. Christopher Torin due up against Jagger Haynes. Set to go. Here's the pitch, and that one's going to ricochet foul. It's 0-1. Oh, look out over there. Boy, that one nearly getting somebody. The 0-1 offering, and that one's high and outside, 1-1. Well, I tell you one thing about Jagger Haynes here, Johnny. He's coming in strong like nothing else today. Yeah, for a San Antonio starter like himself, that's pretty good. Right now to short, and in time, out number 1. Francisco Acuna will give it straight to Sanabria.
Number 10.
Completes the play out there at first, and 1 down. Janzel Lewis coming in. And here's the pitch to him. And that one's going to be high fly in the air. And makes a tumbling catch. Wow! Man, we saw that last night in here in Amarillo. Was you going to say we're going to see that in San Antonio? I thought we did. But Christian Serta coming in now as here's the pitch to him. High in the air, straight away, and it looked like a 1-2-3. And that will be the side retired. No runs, hits, or errors here to the half inning. And we in 5. We go to the 6. Well, San Antonio leads it 4-2. Halfway through the ball game here today as we get things ready to rock and roll for the top half of the 6th inning for San Antonio. Well, these two teams have really been battling it out here today, but only one team is going to win it. And so far, everybody knows that a 5-game win streak for Amarillo against the San Antonio Missions. Well, looking pretty good.
Right fielder, number 22.
Well, here is Braden Carpathios to lead off the top half of the 6th inning. As we give you the line look score, 4-2 our score. San Antonio leads it as we get to the 6th inning. Boy, I tell you one thing, that cloud really scattered about. That one is high in the air, deep to center field. Boy, that ball is carrying right to the warning track, makes a play, and that is out number 1. That's going to bring in Clay Dungan, the designated hitter, 0 for 2. So far, a pretty good one here in this one. Here's the pitch to him. That one ricochet foul, and whoa, look out over there. 0-1 the count. Boy, it's top of the 7th for Northwest Arkansas. 19-7, that score in Tulsa, Oklahoma, DCJ Field. Bryce Jarvis and Kyle Admit, 2 right-handed relievers in warm-up tosses for Amarillo in the bullpen. And that one crushed! Clay Dungan, it's got it! Woo! Boy, he blistered that fastball. Now up to a 3-run lead for San Antonio. And hopefully to put more on the board before the end of the day. Boy, the Mission's doing good. Even though losing 5 out of the 6. And hopefully trying to win here today. 400 foot, over 106 exit velocity for Clay Dungan. And so far, he's going to get pretty good. Nate Mondu, the next batter up, leads it off, and that's going to be right there. And they get him by a step. That's out number 2.
Now batting, left fielder, Kai Murphy.
Boy, you sounded like you were a kid in a candy store at one time there, Johnny. Your voice was loud like an earthquake. Ha ha, very funny. Well, Landon Sims, that will do for you. To the right-handed reliever that came in, and so far now they're going to switch it to another new left-hander. Avery Short is now in the ball game in relief. And so far trailing the 3-run lead is Amarillo, and you got to say the Sod Poodles trying to come and get something going. Here's Kai Murphy now. Avery Short now pitching for the Amarillo Sod Poodles.
Ball, that's it.
And that one is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, that cloud was big at the beginning, but now you look at it, scattered as we go into the second half of this ball game. I mean, it did provide a little shade,
Ball.
but 2-1. But yeah, there's another cloud out there just to the left-hand side of those downtown buildings. Boy, Amarillo looking pretty good. Changeup is in for a count now, 2-2. So far as we get into the month of August, everything is quiet. There's no severe weather. No thunderstorm activity. That's down to 0. Tornado activity down to 0. And that one is crushed. High in the air, deep to right field, gone. And San Antonio strikes for 2 to the half inning. Boy, and they are coming in and hoping to win here today. But a 4-run lead continues this ball game. Boy, and fans here in Amarillo are like, oh man, 2 back-to-back home runs. As you look at 402, 99.7 to the exit velocity of that fastball. And that one is high in the air, straight away up to left field. And that will do it. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and nobody left. Bottom half of the 6th inning, it's San Antonio 6-2 here in this one. So we'll be set to go as we lead it off with Drew Jones coming up right after the break. Well, we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning, and here is Drew Jones to lead it off for Amarillo. Top of the lineup here for the Sod Poodles, right there in the swing and a miss. It's 0-1. San Antonio 6, Amarillo 2, bottom of 6. And the changeup gets him out fold for strike 2. Nothing into the count. Boy, he was chasing that fastball pretty good there, wasn't he, Bobby? Yeah, he sure was. Nothing in 2. High in the air to straightaway second baseman Luis Verdugo. And that is 1 down. Well, our Midland leading 5-3, top of the 5th inning. There in Midland. Right fielders Gene Walters coming in. The windup and the pitch. And that one is in for a strike. It's 0-2. Midland had a first 6-game homestand with the Arkansas Travelers. And now Tuesday through next week, having 6 against the Frisco Rough Riders. Yep, and San Antonio will head to Frisco after that for their 6-game homestand. The pitch is high fly in the air, straight away, center field. Kai Roberts runs it down, and that is out number 2.
Now batting.
Well, you look at the pitch arsenal today for Jagger Haynes. 59% of that has been for four-seam fastball for strikes. And that right there would get him enough for the win. That is for sure there, Bobby. It most certainly does. When you have a starting pitcher on the hill, and they're doing really good, you know they're going to be in for the W today. Yeah, for sure. No balls and 1 strike. Whoops, sorry there, Bobby. Take it from here. Thank you there, Johnny. Yazo Solar coming in. Hits that one high in the air. And up to the left fielder as Kai Murphy gets it. Ends the half inning, but nothing doing. 7th inning for San Antonio. The Mission's out front, 6-2. We'll be set to go as we lead off Francisco Acuna and Jonathan Baker to lead it off here in this one. Well, we head to the 7th inning here in Amarillo. John Baker, take it away. Thank you there, Bobby. Francisco Acuna to lead off the 7th inning here for the San Antonio Missions. Oh, yeah, turn that down there, Bobby. I do believe, one ball, or actually no balls, one strike to the shortstop Acuna. That one is right there, up to center field and caught for the out. And that is one down.
Fielder, number 24.
Center fielder Kai Roberts, 1 for 3, single RBI. Amarillo down to their final 9 outs today, and so far if they can't get nothing doing, then this game has been won to San Antonio, but too early to call for the game here. That one yanked foul, 1-1. San Antonio first time taking on Springfield this year. That one right there, and out number 2.
Now batting, catcher, number 90.
So it'll be 2 North Division teams going to San Antonio. That'd be Springfield and Northwest Arkansas. That one in the count now, 0-1 is 1 for 2 single, 2 RBI by Ethan Salas. Well, we'll have Springfield, Frisco, Northwest Arkansas.
That's in, ball.
And then we head to Springfield. Come back home and take on Midland for the last 6 games.
Ball.
And then it'll be off back here in Amarillo for a leadoff 6-game season finale to conclude this second half. That one high fly out of play. The count now 2-2. Regular season almost done. Just 2 months left of this baseball season.
Ball.
Even though playoff rounds will be around the corner from here on out. Got to congratulate our 4 ball clubs. And so far we'll do that as we get into the bottom of the 7th. And 6-2 our score as we go there now. And we'll have it right now. But after that, Manuel Pena will be up to the plate as we go to the 7th inning stretch. We'll be right back. Well, go back to the bottom of the seventh inning. Hope everybody enjoyed the final seventh inning stretch of this homestand. And so far, we lead it back to the ball game here in this one. Leading things off for Amarillo, Manuel Pena, middle half of the order. About set to go. The pitch is outside, is 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, Jagger Haynes still coming in strong through this ball game, as this is his 7th inning of work. And that's going to be a slider inside as the count now 1-1. Confidence level is extremely high this afternoon for Haynes. And so far that will be in for the strike. It's 1-2. He is really aiming for that strike zone very well there, Johnny. Now he sure is. We're looking at him and we're spectating what he's doing. And Manuel Pena thinks, oh boy, that could have been a called third strike right there. And so far, that right there was hot on his heels. Here's the pitch, and that one is high in the air and out of play. It's 2-2. So he gets another chance to stay alive. 1 for 2 is Manuel Pena. And that's going to be liner straight away through center field for a base hit. By golly, that is a good base hit right there. And so far now, here is Jack Hurley as he comes in. Takes a strike inside. It's 0-1. 1 for 2. 2 RBI double in the first is Jack Hurley. The leadoff 2. And boy, he got 2 runs into the ball game, tied it up, and now you look at San Antonio up to a 4-run lead against Amarillo today, which that right there pretty good. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count now. Jack Hurley looking in from the stretch. Jagger Haynes, here he comes. And he hits that one high in the air. Boy, that one is crushed. And it's out of here. And they will trail not 4, but 2 more. And the home crowd goes wild. And so far, they're going to try to get something going. Well, that is for sure there, Bobby, but note to self, they could come back any time and try to get something going. Well, Junior Franco comes in, but we are going to have a new arm come in as left-hander Jagger Haynes will depart out of this one, as we'll go to a San Antonio pitching change. This one brought to you in part by Taco Villa.
Now pitching.
Spice your life.
Dyson Acosta.
Right-handed reliever is Dyson Acosta. He comes in after Jagger Haynes departs from the mound, and so far Haynes has done pretty good. All he has to do is to trust his bullpen and hopefully secure the victory today. And so far we got to depend on other teammates out there in the San Antonio Missions to secure today. Well, Junior Franco, yep, good point there, Johnny. Thank you for sharing that with us here. Takes that one outside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count, and here's the pitch. And that one yanked foul, and the count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Acosta now pitching for San Antonio. Swings and misses after that one, and that is 1 down. Well, hopefully San Antonio could get some of these runs back and hold up the lead. And most definitely a decisive battle here today at Water Ridge. That is for sure. Well, here is Christopher Torin as he comes in. Strikeout and the ground out is 0 for 2. And so far, just a pretty good one. Here is the 0-1 offering And that one is skied high in the air. And the left fielder looks at it. It goes foul in front of the fans. He can't pull it down off of that one. Swing and a miss. They got him, and that's out number 2. Well, I tell you one thing there, Bobby. It's getting pretty interesting how these guys are playing today.
Number 10.
Well, here is Denzel Lewis as he comes in. Boy, really hot last night for Amarillo, and that one's going to be hit high in the air, straightaway center. In time is the center fielder, Kai Roberts, to make the play. But Jack Hurley getting a 2-run shot. 2 innings to go as this homestand comes close to its end. And it is a 6-4 ball game. San Antonio with the lead as we go to the 8th. Well, hope you come by on August 11th as Amarillo plays host the Midland Rockhounds. And so far, get your tickets at sodpoodlesbaseball.com. That's Tuesday, August 11th, taking on the Midland Rockhounds. Well, we go top half of the 8th for San Antonio. John Baker, take it from here. Thank you there, Bobby. Romeo Sanabria coming in is 1 for 3. As he hits that one, ground ball straight to short. And in time, out number 1 as he'll get it to Manuel Pena guarding that first base post.
22.
So San Antonio down to their final 5 outs, and here is Braden Carpathios. Arkansas and Midland tied at 5-5, top of the 6th inning there in Midland. Slider is foul. It's 0-1. But hopefully to win this game and head home, take on Springfield on Tuesday through next Sunday. That one is high fly in the air. Both outfielders give a chase, and that is out number 2.
Now batting.
Boy, when you have the afternoon heat, you can say that bats would get hot, but especially in the 6th inning. As we look at number 55, and he really put that ball out of reach. And that was Clay Dungan. Boy, here in Amarillo, he really does pretty good. Here is the pitch, and that's going to be right there, and that will land foul. That could have been an easy 2 for Dungan. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. That's a base hit. 2-out single for Dungan as he gets on. And
Third baseman. Number 10.
so far, he's the 7th potential run for San Antonio. Here's the 8-hole run. Nate Mondu batting in the 7th spot. That one fouled off. It's 0-1. 0 for 3, strikeout, fly out, ground out for the third baseman, Mondu, who was 0 for 3. Top half of the 8th there for Northwest Arkansas as the Naturals taking on Tulsa. Final game of that series in Tulsa. Northwest Arkansas leads 19-7. Natural's giving a whooping straight to Tulsa, and I bet they could feel that all over. I say ouch 3 times. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Nothing and 2. Chopped foul still hanging on. No balls, 2 strikes to count now. 4 outs left for San Antonio today. And the pitch right there high in the air. Up to left field, and that's caught. So that will do it. Well, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. San Antonio leads it 6-4. Serta, Jones, and Walters to lead it off. Bottom 8. Here we go for Bob. Well, thank you there, Johnny. Christian Serta coming in 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out. Dyson Acosta now into his second inning of work, 11,462 in attendance today for the Sod Poodles here in the fandom, which that right there, pretty good. Here's 1-1 the count now to Christian Serta. 1-1 offering. Here's the pitch. That one is a slider outside. The count now 2-1. Now kids can run the bases because that will be a Taco Villa. Kids run the bases. So make sure you guys line up at the first base concourse and wait for instructions as you go down and have a good time running those bases. 2-2. Here's the pitch. And boy, that's going to be a broken bat right there as Verdugo gets it in time. Out number 1 to Romeo Sanabria guarding the first base bag. And out number 1 as he goes there. Center fielder is Drew Jones, 1 for 3, single and a run. Amarillo down to their final 5 outs as
That's a ball.
Well, San Antonio trying to hold them down from winning this ball game, and hopefully the Missions can secure this game with relative ease. That's for sure, Bobby. Especially losing 5 Tuesday through Saturday. They did not have a good start on the road at all here in Amarillo. Here's a 1-1 slider, and that's out of play. 1-2. Nice and clear as, boy, just a few clouds from time to time. That one is right there, and that's caught to the left fielder, Kai Murphy. Makes the play for out number 2.
Right fielder, number 25.
Well, 4 outs to do for Amarillo today. Here's right fielder Gene Walters. Well, if you haven't heard of Atlas Earth, you want to make sure that you download the app and earn some money that way. That is a pretty good app. John Baker, take it away from here as you give a little more information about Atlas Earth. Well, it's all about parcels, and so far you earn parcels,
Ball.
badges, everything, and complete the monthly awards ladder, which that will get you Atlas bucks in a matter of instant. And so far, just owning all the land you can. Thank you there, Johnny. High in the air, up to right field. Carpathios makes the play and ends the half inning. Now it's 3 outs for both. And we go now to the 9th. San Antonio leads it 6-4. Murphy, Verdugo, and Acuna will lead it off
Now pitching.
for the 9th.
Amen.
Kyle Amitz coming in now as we'll lead off the 9th. John Baker, take it from here. Thank you, Bobby. And so far, yes, Atlas Earth is available on Google Play and the App Store.
Hi, Murphy.
Make sure you download that and get in to get cash rewards. Here is the left fielder, Kai Murphy, to lead off the 9th for San Antonio. Takes that one high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Christian Mena, the right-handed reliever, out in the Amarillo bullpen warming up. Boy, and so far, clouds are starting to leave Amarillo. Mostly sunny skies as we get into this afternoon. Boy, that one's driven up deep, high in the air. Right fielder running out. Oh, yeah, he got it. Almost running out of room right there.
Now batting. Second
That could have been the 7th home run for San Antonio. And now is second baseman Luis Verdugo, 2 for 3, a home run. Verdugo has had quite a week here. The home run, singles, RBIs, and 2 runs, but most evidently this game alone, he has been very exceptional for San Antonio. 1-0 offering, and that one's going to be a high flyer up into the center field area, and that is out number 2. One more to do for San Antonio in this homestand. Here's the shortstop, Francisco Acuna, 3 for 4, 3 doubles, and 2 runs. Just a 2-run lead to win it, as Amarillo will have 3 outs to do. High pop up straight away, up at short, and that will do it. Nothing doing here for San Antonio as we go to the bottom of the 9th, and here's the 3 that will get it going. Bob, take it away as we get going for the 9th inning for the Sod Poodles. Well, we'll be right back as Yazo Solar to lead off the 9th for the Sod Poodles coming up. Well, we go to the bottom half of the 9th inning right now. The Sod Poodles Baseball Network.
Baseman number 5.
Well, here is Yazo Solar, 3-4-5, due up for the Sod Poodles, bottom of 9.
Hee-haw!
As the slider is inside for a strike, it's 0-1. 3 outs to do. San Antonio can hold down the 2-run rally. That one is high fly in the air up to the center fielder, Kai Roberts, making the play, and that is out number 1.
First baseman.
Boy, Amarillo down to their final 2 outs. Manuel Pena coming up now for the Sod Poodles. Be packing up the bags and heading to Arkansas.
Nope, ball.
San Antonio heads to back home to take on Springfield, which we will see y'all Tuesday through Sunday there at Nelson Wolf.
Hee-haw!
And that's in for a count now, 1-1. But to tell you one thing, Johnny, I'm pretty glad that they have pushed back one more year. Now we can have at least 2027, 2028 in Nelson Wolf. And right there, the count now 1-2. But to tell you one thing, 2029, I don't know what happens in that year, but we'll see. 1-2 offering, that one is outside. The count now 2-2. Well, I tell you one thing, Bobby. Just depends what the San Antonio City Council does. Either they're telling us the truth or they're telling us a lie about the stadium that they're trying to build at the San Pedro Creek. And that one's going to be right there. Grounded to Francisco Acuna. Right in time. Out number 2.
Now batting.
And Amarillo down to their final out here this afternoon. Jack Hurley coming in now. 2 for 3. A home run double. 4 RBIs a run. Dyson Acosta could get the save here today. He'll take the inside for a strike. It's 0-1. You look at Acosta, boy, he is doing good. Confidence is with him. His teammates are with him. And that one fouls off. It's a count now, 0-2. One more strike for Amarillo. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that one fouls off. Still holding on. Amarillo in danger of the 5-game winning streak. And that's going to be right there to Francisco Acuna. They get him, and San Antonio wins it. And the 5-game winning streak against San Antonio comes to an end. And the final score of this one, 6-4. Wow, what a day it's been. As San Antonio picks up win number 47 in 4th place. So the 47th loss for Amarillo comes in. You know, so far, too early to call between Arkansas and Midland. But so far, pretty good day as 4 ball clubs have literally got done. But to tell you one thing, 13 runs ahead of Tulsa. That is a no laughing matter for Northwest Arkansas. Jagger Haynes gets the win. Dyson Acosta gets the save. The loss going to Spencer Geisting. And so far, pretty good. Well, San Antonio held the defense today, winning it 6-4, 2 runs against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Well, we take this win home, and so far 6 games against a North Division rival like Springfield. And so far, the AA affiliate of the St. Louis Cardinals goes to San Antonio for a 6-game set. Missions after that will head to Frisco and then come back to take on Northwest Arkansas. And gotta say, that's going to be a pretty good, interesting homestand right there. After that, we'll head to Springfield for 6. And then Midland for the last 6-game homestand. And then look at there. We have finally made it to the last 6 games of this regular season. But so far, in all, it's been a pretty good season. But sadly enough, San Antonio did not make it to the playoff rounds. So most evidently, we will definitely get to see that with the finalists here in the Amarillo Sod Poodles and Frisco Rough Riders taking each other on. And then it'll be Arkansas and Tulsa taking those 2 on in the playoff rounds right after that. Well, anyway, it's been a good week here in Amarillo. And gotta say, we are now going home, and so far Tuesday night through Sunday, versing the visiting Springfield Cardinals. We get ready to go here in this one. Ooh-wee. But anyway, that 19-7, a 13-run lead for Northwest Arkansas against the Tulsa Drillers. Boy, that is a big lead, and they have really been hitting the ball well. I wonder what happened. But you look at it, Northwest Arkansas scored 8 times in the 3rd, 8 times in the 4th, and 3 times in the 5th. I gotta say, that right there, pretty interesting. They come in and they score in 16 runs, and then 3 more in the 5th, making it 19. but pretty good right there for Northwest Arkansas. One of the Naturals will come after our 6-game road trip in Frisco. First time we see the Kansas City Royals affiliate come to San Antonio. And then off to Springfield right after that. Then we go back home, take on Midland. Then finally 6 games finishing off Amarillo there at Water Ridge Field. And so far, a pretty good one. Well, anyway, for all of us here on this second day of August, final score, San Antonio 6-4 against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Well, we'll see y'all live on Tuesday night through Sunday this next week as we take on the visiting Springfield Cardinals. Well, see y'all again soon. Have a good day.